guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my number 4 Foxy Fix Sugar Mochi Traveler's Notebook, and I'm going to be mostly using my GP Studio subscription box for January. It's all pinks and gold foiling and florals and really pretty, so I thought it would go really nicely with this tan. And I have 5 inserts in here at the moment, so I've got 5 of my dashboard pockets ready to go, and I just have a spare insert there to measure with. So I haven't got this set up really at all. I've just got a few clips in there and my inserts and just a couple of things in the pocket here. So I'm going to pull all of this out and get ready to set this up properly. So it is a single. I have got 5 inserts in here, so they're just jump banded together. So it is quite fat for a single. So you can see that all my inserts stuffed in, and they don't really hang out the side at all. They're pretty flush. I mean, they're not perfectly even, but they're fine. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going ahead and pulling out all the bits and pieces I think I'm going to use. So I've got the journal cards, the sticky notes, the die cuts, the washi, and the paper and acetate and vellum. And I'm just laying out all these papers and deciding which ones I'm going to use. I'm not a big fan of those geometric prints, so I'm going to use those as my backside of my dashboards. And I did pull out 5 dashboard covers, but I've decided that I'm only going to do 4, and I'm going to use that vellum and the acetate in place of one of the dashboards. Just because I didn't like the 2 geometric sides, so that only left me with 4 paper designs. So now I'm just measuring out my paper and cutting it to size to fit my dashboards, and I'm just checking that they fit in nicely. So I've cut out 2 of each of all of those papers that I like. Now I'm taking an empty blank insert and I'm just using that to measure my vellum. And I'm in a personal size, so I'm lucky that I only have to trim off a little bit off the side and a little bit off the top of the A4 page, and that fits nicely around my inserts. So I don't have to waste too much, and I still have quite a nice chunk there left over for scrapbooking or for anything else I might like. I make cards and I scrapbook and I do lots of crafty bits and pieces as well as planning, so I definitely get a lot of use out of all my offcuts. Now I'm just taking that bit I cut off the vellum and I'm using that to measure out my acetate. This is so pretty. It's gold foiled roses, really beautiful. Love this acetate. And I'm just using my trusty Fiskars paper trimmer there. It's just a mini one. I find it's really handy and portable. So they fit nicely and they look so pretty together. Okay, I'm starting to work on my dashboards now, so I'm just laying out all the papers, and this is sort of going to be a bit of a process. So I sort of go back and forth and think about it a lot. So I'm just taking out the journal cards there and I'm deciding which ones I want to use. I end up using this one. All progress takes place outside the comfort zone. And I love that you got this girl, but I'm actually going to keep that and I'm going to put it in a little frame because these are 4x6, so they're perfect for a little 4x6 photo frame. It's just so pretty. I can't cut into it or anything. So because I am in a personal size, these large journal cards are a bit too big to fit my planner, so I don't want to have to cut that one. Okay, I'm just putting the die cuts in a little dish there. Yes, it is a Christmas dish, but it's the perfect size to sort die cuts. Okay, I know I want to use the backing paper on those sticky notes, that backing cardboard, so I'm just peeling off the rest of those sticky notes and leaving the last one because I'm going to use that as well. Now I'm sorting through the sticker kit and picking out which ones I possibly might use. That glitter journal card is from the Reject Shop also. I do use quite a few bits and pieces from the Reject Shop in this. So I'm pulling out the notepad because I love the backing on this. I'm actually going to use that as the dashboard. Just have to chuck out that last note page, did not make it. So here I'm deciding whether this is going to be big enough, and it is, so I'm going to take one of my pieces of paper and just measure that and trim it to size. I just love those light bulbs and the florals, they're so pretty. Next I'm just flipping through my journal cards here. These are all from the Reject Shop mostly. I think there's a couple of Project Life. And I've got some vellum, foil vellums there from the Reject Shop and some die cuts as well. And just a little paper doily there as well. So here I'm taking this card. At this point I'm going to make a dashboard out of it, but I don't end up doing that. So I'm just seeing how much I can trim off without cutting off that recipe on the back, because I do want to keep that. I do trim a little bit off a couple of the words, but I know that it's coconut. So I pretty much just trim the nut off the word coconut. Okay, so I'm going to start with this beautiful floral print. This is probably my favourite out of all the papers, so I want this to be at the front of my planner. So I'm just flipping through all the die cuts and deciding which ones I want to use and which ones I'm definitely not going to use, and I'll put those back in the packet. So here I'm just I just sort of pop things on and look at them and see how I like them, and then fiddle around and move them around a lot. So I really have no idea at the start what I'm going to end up doing. So I was pretty certain I wanted to use this on my front dashboard. This is a vellum foiled quote sheet from the Reject Shop, and it just says, "No beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart," and it's that gold foiling. It's gorgeous, and you can, because it's vellum, you can see that beautiful paper through it. So this first dashboard is going to be quite simple because that piece is quite large. So I'm just popping that on with some of the washi tape that came with the kit, and that's so pretty. I'm so in love with that dashboard. Then I'm pretty much just going to add a couple of the little die cuts to that dashboard, and that will be done. Okay, for the back side, I know I want to use some doily on this because I don't know, I love doilies, and this kit is so floral and pretty and feminine. I think it just looks beautiful with it. So I'm just sticking it on half, and then I'm going to trim off the other half, and I will use that later on another dashboard. I just pop on those light bulbs, so that's one of the sticky notes, really pretty. And I will come back to that. Like I said, I start minimal and then I go back and look at them and see which ones look a bit bare, and I add more. So I'm happy with that one for now. So moving on to this beautiful turquoisey floral paper, I'm putting down that glitter as my favourite colour because, you know, I love glitter. Journal card, and then I'm using some of the washi tape from, I think it's the November kit. I'm not sure. It's another GP Studio kit anyway. It's the white one with the gold sort of like chain link on it. And I love that tent die cut. It's one of my favourites, second to that egg chair. So I'm taking those both out because I want to use those. So I'm just going to jazz this up a little bit with some of this beautiful gold foil pattern paper, and I'm just putting a strip across the top, some of the extra I had left over. I'm just trimming a little bit more of that journal card, and I'm going to stick it onto that dashboard there, but I do end up pulling it back up. I just couldn't decide what to do with it. I just wasn't loving it the way it was. I thought it was just, I don't know, it just didn't look right to me, so I ended up using it inside my front pocket anyway. So I just struggled a little bit with this paper. It's really pretty. It's gold foiled and it's got florals on it, but I think it's just because it's a little bit darker. I don't know, I just struggle a little bit. I end up really liking what I do with it, but you can see I'm just fidgeting back and forth with it a lot. So I decided to go with that Life is Beautiful, and I think that's a Project Life card. I'm not sure. I got it from a planner market a long time ago. And just a strip of that floral paper as well. And I like that girl die cut with the big bouquet of roses, so I'm popping that over the top. And some more of that beautiful washi. I love this washi in this month's kit, it's so pretty. Onto this set of dashboards, and I'm using that backing paper from the sticky notes because it's just so pretty. It matches that vellum from the kit as well. And I definitely needed this girl with her coffee, obviously, because, you know, I couldn't survive without coffee. And I love that quote card from the Reject Shop. It says, "All that I have is all that I want." And I'm just going to trim that down, so taking off all the extra white. I love that scripty font, and it's, I can't tell too well in the video, but it's kind of a gold, like a faux gold sort of colour. I actually love this dashboard. It ends up being one of the plainer ones, but I really like how it turns out. So I end up sticking that floral die cut there at the top, just to take up some of the negative space on that card. And I'm taking one of the little vellum tags from the Reject Shop, and it's got like a gold foiled heart on there, geometric heart. It's really pretty. And I'm just sticking that with a bit of glue tape so the tape is hidden under the quote card so you can't see it. And just a bit more of that white and gold washi tape. I'm going to move on to the back side, so I'm taking some more of those paper offcuts. I just like these strips, they just look really nice, accenting. So I'm sticking that down the side, and then I am going to stick down this beautiful gold foiled die cut from the Reject Shop Floral Collection. And I know I want to use that decorative box from the sticker kit, so I tried it out but it sort of faded away, so I've decided to stick it onto this bit of just spare packaging I have. It's like an off-white colour, and cut a border out of it, and that makes it stand out a lot better. I really like that. And the quote just says breathe in, breathe out. And then I just pull it up and move it down a bit because I want to put in that beautiful floral bouquet. So at this point I pretty much laid down all the basics on my dashboard, so I'm just laying them out to have a look at them and deciding where I want to add and which ones look a bit bare. So adding a bit of washi tape to that one there, the same white and gold one just across the edges. They nearly always start to get a little more full as I work my way through, so the first ones always look a little bit barer than the ones I did last. So I'm going to stick that other doily onto this dashboard, the other half of that doily. I'm just layering it over that foiled strip. And I've got this beautiful vellum flower. It's a clear and very soft pink vellum. You can see there just the touches of pink, and it has gold foiling on the accents. It's so beautiful. I put it on the dashboard and it just, all the patterns from the washi tape and from the actual paper showed through, and it just really washed out the beautiful flowers. So I stuck it onto some more of that scrap backing paper and cut it out. And I love that. So pretty. And then I've also got a couple of the little white flowers from the sticker kit on that journal card, and I'm using a tiny little pink orchid die cut from the reject shop in the bottom left corner there. That is one of my absolute favourites out of the lot. I love that one. Okay, now I've decided I want to use this as a dashboard for sure. So I'm taking this other vellum quote from the reject shop, and it says happiness looks gorgeous on you, and I'm just washi taping that on. Then I know I want to use this. I know I've already used the die cut, but I just love this tent so much. So I'm taking some of that scrap paper and I'm going to cut a little flag out of it and then layer that sticker over the top. So pretty. Then taking another floral foil die cut from the reject shop. I love that flower. I'm just going through all the die cuts here from the kit, but I end up using another reject shop floral. And I'm just putting down another one of those decorative boxes from the kit. That one's so pretty, matches that rose pepper. And I'm just using a strip of this pink washi from a previous kit. I think that was from the first kit I ever got, actually, which would have been September. I'm trying to find another floral here. A lot of them are a bit too bright. The pinks in this kit are really soft, so I just wanted to keep it nice and soft. So I found another one. It's exactly the same as that first one, but a little smaller and not foiled. So now I'm pretty happy with all of them. I just want to add a little bit of glitter because there is gold foiling and obviously I love glitter. So I've got a couple of tapes here. So I've got a brighter gold and I've got more of a champagne light gold. Adding a couple of banners and a couple of strips of tape to all of these, or most of these dashboards. Especially as one of those papers is foiled and the others aren't. And I've got foiled acetate and some foiled die cuts. I really just wanted to bring in some more of that metallic gold there. I can't remember where these glitter tapes are from. They're either from the reject shop, Big W, or their Scotch brand, but you can find glitter washi tape pretty much anywhere. So I'm going for the champagne on this one just because it's a little bit softer color palette. I absolutely love this champagne glitter tape. I use it so much and I'm running really low and I can't remember where I got it from. So I really have to have a hunt around for some more. So if you know where I can find like a really soft champagne glitter tape, please let me know. This spot looks a little bit bare, so I'm just trying out a few different die cuts down here, but I do end up using that cosmetic bottle. I'm just popping on that floral sticker from the sticker kit, and I've decided this one looks a little blank, so I'm going to take that little quote off the deco sheet and stick it onto the blank decorative box, pop that over the top of the doily. and then the little floral light bulb sticker as well. And then I'm just going to pop that little pink TN sticker down because of course I have to, right? It's pretty much identical to mine. So now I am happy. So I'm just going to pop all those dashboards into my dashboard pouches. So the beauty of these dashboards is that I don't have to stick anything on too well. The pouches keep everything pretty well protected. If anything does fall off, it'll just fall to the bottom of the pouch, but I haven't had anything fall off. So here, I love this dashboard that the back is just blank because it was just backing paper. So this is where I decide, I'm trying out a couple of journal cards, but I decide that I'm going to take that all progress take place outside of the comfort zone quote card off that backing paper. And I'm just going to use that backing paper because it's all foiled, it's beautiful. And I'm just sticking a journal card in there just to jazz it up a little bit. And there is a little bit of sticky left on there from the glue tape, so I'm going to put another journal card on the back of that quote card just to again cover up that extra sticky. I'm just taking my corner punch and I'm rounding off the corners on that quote card because at this point I'm planning on putting it in my front pocket and corners do tend to get ratty. Okay, so now I'm ready to load up my planner, and it ends up being super chunky when I'm finished. It is just a single, I have 5 inserts in it, and then I put all my stuffed dashboards in, and it's so chunky. So they just slip in behind my inserts there really nicely. I'm going to put the vellum and acetate around this insert because it's already really pretty cover on it. And I like the girl. That one's from a GP Studio box as well, I can't remember. Maybe it's this one, I'm not sure. So there you go, there's my chunk up stuffed up. Just quickly flipping through. They all look so pretty in here. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm just going to load up my front pockets now. Popping in that quote card, and I have that little plastic bag, that decorative plastic baggie. I got in some Happy Mail, I can't remember who sent it to me, it's really pretty. So I know I want to use that. I'm going to stick it onto this dashboard, and I just need to trim it a little bit. It's a little bit wide, but that's fine. I'm just going to fix up the cut edge with some washi. So I'm taking this Kmart washi, and I'm just going to reinforce the edges there. And I'm going to do the cut edge, and I'm going to do the other edge as well, even though it doesn't really need it, just to make it look a bit more even. It looked a little bit odd with just one side done. Then I'm just going to pop it straight on the front of that dashboard using some glue tape. It just makes a cute little pocket there that I can put a couple of little things in, nothing too heavy obviously, but it holds some cute little die cuts nicely. So I'm just going through and picking out the clips that I want to use and some of the die cuts from the different shops I have here that I want to use. Actually I have a pile there. So that little bow clip, I've had a lot of questions about that. Sadly I made that myself, and I have tried to source some more to make some for my shop because they are so popular, but I just can't find any. I'm really sorry about that, so it's a bit sad. So I'm just using a January little die cut, like a monthly, and that's from the Cottage Market. It's a free printable, so definitely check that out. That little fox clip is from Pretty and Peach Design. Super cute, I love her. So I'm just going to trim down that January die cut a little bit, even though it's already really small. But I just don't want to cover up the egg chair in the corner. I love that graphic, it's just so beautiful. And I'm going to just pop that on the front using a little bit of washi tape. So then I'm popping in my name clip up the top, my glitter and pink name clip, of course. And that is also from Pretty and Peach Design. If you're wondering, that little cupcake polymer clip is from Simply Danni Creations. And then I'm popping in that die cut from Tender Designs just in the back there. Okay, pretty happy with that. So now I'm popping in this bow from Lemon Tree Prints, and that little felt rose is from Lemon Tree Prints as well, and so is that dangle. Lots of cute planner accessories. And then my little glitter bow from the GP Studio as well. And then I'm just popping in a couple of little die cuts. The redhead girl is from Beast to Prediction, the coffee cup is from Tender Designs also, and then the pen from this month's kit as well. So that is all done. I really hope you enjoyed watching. I love doing this, it's so much fun. So don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!